Good morning. It's September the 17th. It's Friday, so it's around the lake we go. It's also chilly. It was 4 degrees as I stepped outside. The wind chill of 0. It didn't quite frost last night, but it came close. It was 1 when I got up this morning. We are right, actually a little past the usual first frost date. So we're kind of lucky. The flowers are still with us. So when I go get across the lake, I will walk through the... Hi, Tim. I'll walk through the gardens in front of the legislature again. Might as well enjoy them while we can. They'll be gone soon enough. I might just give a quick clean to the camera here. There. Looked like it might be a little on the smudge side. If I can get this thing to settle down. There we go. Hi, Peter. Around the lake. Lovely morning, just a little chilly. First day I've started off with a sweater on because I know I'll warm up as I walk. It's to me like I'm a little crooked on the horizon, but there's more weight on one end of the phone and it might take a little adjusting. Because the receiver for this new mic is, well, it's actually also a mic, and it's a bit heavier than the receiver was for the previous lapel mic I had. I was quite happy with the sound of this one in yesterday's walk, so hopefully I've got my mic problems worked out. Morning from Vancouver. We're walking around Wascana Lake this morning. That's what I do every Friday. It's a cool morning, but sunny. There's a football game tonight, but again, we're selling our tickets, or trying to anyway. Keeping our season tickets, but we haven't gone to a game yet. It's the Rough Riders, Saskatchewan Rough Riders playing somebody. I'm not sure who. BC maybe? This is the first game where they're requiring people to have vaccination or negative test results, I guess, to attend. But they were doing a pre-screening, so you could get a wristband that would then let you go in today. So hopefully that'll cut down the lineups. Anyway, we're not going. Again. Once I'm walking into the sun, I won't be able to see the screen at all. Harrington Mews, where my character Wally Knight lives in the Shards of Excalibur series. Okay, up and under the bridge, through the murals that were painted this summer. Are they doing vaccine passports? We're kind of headed that way, yeah, looks like it. They've reinstituted the indoor mask mandate as of today. I am not personally convinced masks do much of anything and might be counterproductive because they make people less likely to social distance if they're wearing masks, but they didn't ask me. It's a sunny morning. Oh, that's bright. Just a hint of mist on the water this morning. So there's the bridge, Albert Street Bridge, and the dam. I walked across the bridge yesterday. There hasn't been any sign of pelicans on the other side for a while, but it was very green past the spillway here. No pelicans. There's some rocks over there they like to sit on. It's a cloudless morning, but it's chilly. It's 4 degrees at the moment. Warming up. Tomorrow, I think it's supposed to be 32 or something like that. And then rain and cool off again the next couple of days. So for some reason, we're popping up quite hot tomorrow, and then it'll cool off again. Last night was the coolest night so far, but it didn't quite frost, so the flowers should still be good. I probably wish I hadn't worn the sweater by the time I've walked a bit further, at least in the sun. It'll probably be warmer than I thought it would be pretty shortly here. See, the aeration fountain's off. Normally there's a fountain going over there, so it might be off for the winter. Geese kind of practicing their flying as they get ready for migration. All right, we'll check out the gardens again. Global news here for some reason, I don't know why. Probably something to do with yesterday's announcement about masking and all that stuff. Some work people up there. Always lovely this time of the morning walking along here. Now we'll go down the other side just to vary it. Work-wise today, I'm editing away on somebody else's thing, a little freelance editing. Fortunately, it's a good story. I'm enjoying it, but I am finding things to fix for sure. More geese. I bet you the fountain's off too, the Trafalgar Fountain. It was last time I came along, so it might be off for the season as well. Can't quite see yet because the sun's in my eyes here. I'm gonna go around the corner. Ooh, I don't know what they're doing there. Yeah, the fountain's off. And it was last week too, so I suspect it's off for the duration now. Anyway, that's the Trafalgar Fountain that used to stand in Trafalgar Square in London. Came over here in 1939, I think. There's water dripping out of it, so maybe they just haven't turned it on yet today. Maybe it'll be on later. It's actually a pedestrian crossing here. I do have another thing coming up shortly that'll keep me from doing this for a few days. So if I disappear for a week or so, don't worry about it. I'm around. I'm just busy with other things. Looks like the waterfall's running at least over there on Pine Island. And I will be back. If I ever quit completely, I'll put something on the channel. I don't see why I would, barring breaking my leg or something, which I'm not planning to do. Ow. Bit more color in the trees again from last week. It's always dogs, and usually kids. Must be a dog walker to have that many dogs. There's the Holodomor monument. I took a look at it closer last time. The monument to the Ukrainian genocide carried out by Stalin. It's communists.
I think we're
over there. Saskatchewan was the first, kind of the first jurisdiction to recognize it as a genocide. There are a lot of Ukrainians in Saskatchewan, especially up around Yorkton, Melville, I think, is where a lot of them settled originally. Most of our trees turn yellow, so when you see some red, it's always a nice change. Yellow or gold. There's like the sun shining through the leaves. I've often taken a still camera and spent a couple hours walking around the lake taking photos. I've done that more than once, especially this time of year, or a little bit later, when there's a bit more color. Downright crowded here today. Morning. Good morning. See that bunch of guys walking around just about every time I come this way. Think of them as old guys, but they're probably my age. I'm the same age I've always been. Other people get old. It's weird. What's going on over there? Oh, is that a Stars helicopter coming over? No, it's an airplane. First I thought it might be it actually looks like it actually looked like a vintage fighter. It's too hard to see in the sky, but it actually looked like that, like a P-47 or something like that. Wouldn't be a Canadian plane though. Maybe I'll be able to figure it out if I got any of it on video, what it was. It just had that look and sound. Hi, Rico or Rico. Hi, Roger. Got a new mic. Sound should stay good and not suddenly cut out. This one you plug in and it tells you when it's fully charged, unlike the other one, which you didn't know till it quit that it wasn't charged. I keep doing this at the same time, the sun's going to get lower and lower. It's already at the point where it's just barely getting light when we get up at 6:30. Heading into getting up in the dark. People go to work in the dark, they come home in the dark. In between, there's a few hours of daylight. Of course, we're just coming up on the equinox next week. First official day of fall. Ryko, okay, now I know. Would have been my guess. My first guess. Guess it was my first guess. Yeah, it doesn't pick up a lot of ambient sound, I know. But my voice is the most important thing. If I quit talking, it'll pick up more ambient sound whenever I'm not talking. I mean, the nice thing about just the iPhone mic is that it picks up all the ambient sound, but it also does weird things to your voice because it'll thin it out or almost lose it sometimes. And of course, the wind noise can be really bad. There isn't a lot of ambient noise at the moment. Distant traffic sounds. Not hearing birds. And a few geese in the distance, I guess. It's the best lighting for leaves. It's the sun shining through them from the other side. Guess we will walk around Pine Island today. Morning. We'll go over to the island today. Maybe I'll go around it counterclockwise though, because I usually go around it clockwise just to vary it. Now over to Pine Island. Ducks just came in for a landing down there. There goes one taking off. We'll go around this way today. Can go up there and look over the waterfall, but I think I'll stay down here today. A bunch of gulls ahead of us. Boys and gulls together. I always make that joke about now. Those are boys. Variety of birds. Those are some very late little ones. Oh, there's a pelican. Maybe those are some of the kind of, it's hard to tell in the light whether those were chicks or some other kind of bird that was just small. Chicks this time of year would be possibly doomed. I guess those are ducks down there. There you go, under the water. That's a pigeon, not so exciting. Only got a little damp. Down the length of the lake, you can see the boys over here. They're lane markers for the rowing club. And this was the timing stand, basically, when the Canada Summer Games were held here. This was built then, just after the lake was deepened. So when they have rowing events, that's where the timing stand is. I presume there's washrooms in there too. Never been in there. I would prefer I had not come onto this island. Nobody's chasing you. They're looking quite fat as they get ready for migration. Eating farmer's grain. And back across the bridge, because it is an island. So by this point, I probably would have been fine in shirt sleeves, even though it is chilly because of the heat of walking in the sun. It's always hard to know how to dress these days. Well, hello there. I hope he's not injured. He almost has that look since he didn't move. Either that or he's just lazy. Always a possibility too. Up ahead I see somebody I already passed. I already passed. Sometimes my words slur when I'm talking at the same time. Gives me some idea of how much time I lost going around the lake, the island, I mean. Ducks hanging out down there. If I do another non-walking talking walk, I mean, then I wouldn't wear the lapel mic. I've done that a couple of times, usually in the rain. It's supposed to rain this weekend, so I don't know if I'll be doing one in the rain or not. Sunday and Monday, I think. Center of the Arts over there, or the Connexus Arts Center, I should say. That's our next footbridge coming up. Broad Street up there. Well, I guess it's Wascana Parkway here. Never understood why he calls something a parkway that you drive on faster than you do a regular street. You don't park on it. Shouldn't a parkway be somewhere where you park? Berries in the bushes here. Crow. You have something to say too? He really doesn't want to leave this railing. I'll leave him alone. They had words for me, or each other. You know what you call two crows, of course, is an attempted murder. Ba-dum-bum. Berries in the bushes here too. There's the waterfall we walked under a few minutes ago on Pine Island. It's a popular parking lot for people doing things in the park. A popular parking spot. Couldn't think of a word that came with P. Now, why wouldn't you call that a parkway? That's where you park, not on the parkway. Popular parking promenade. It's not really a promenade. Place, I guess. Oop, squirrel. A lot of crows around this morning. There's another one checking out the garbage. I think there is a complete murder of crows around. They're just split up as they explore. Park in the park, exactly. Park place, parking place in the park. The perfect parking place, possibly, perhaps. There's Bar Willow up there. It's a nice restaurant. Has a nice deck, looks over the lake, so it's very popular. Down here, some dragon boats. As far as I know, there's no dragon boat festival this year, but some years there is, or has been. Nobody at the rowing club today, I see. During the summer, there was usually somebody down here when I came down this time of day, but not now. You can see the boys over there marking lanes. Wascana Racing Canoe Club is the proper name of it. Oh, solar power, yeah, it has. I just noticed that. has solar panels on the roof, a few. Facing south, which is the way you want them to face most of the year, I guess, to get the most sunlight. Or less south. I don't actually know exactly how that sits, but with the curving path, it's hard to be 100% sure, but west should be that way. And we're walking more or less north, a little northwest, I would think. Row, row, row your boat gently in the park. Merrily, 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 life is but a lark. Thank you. Well, let's go this way. The waterfall's not running, but I don't usually go this way, so it'll be a change. Normally, not waterfall, but normally there's a fountain there to aerate the lake. But like all the others, except for the waterfall on the Pine Island, it's off. A lot of algae down there, very green. And then if you come over here, you get a great view of you get somebody walking across it, of the bridge and the legislative building beyond it. Maybe we'll go up here today. Climb up to the observation level. Panorama. There's the footbridge. And if you go across, get the legislative building. That's a platform for officials during rowing competitions. A bit of Albert Street Bridge over there. A tree. And then you're looking downtown. We're going to go this way. Moscana Marina ahead of us, or sorry, Wascana Center. The marina's over there, where the rowing club is. Wascana Center, this is where the offices for Wascana Center Authority are. It used to be an art gallery. Don't know if it's still there or not. And there's a lovely garden on the other side. A walled or fenced in garden. And there's a kind of a meeting room in there I've been at events in, and there's a bit of a kitchen, so you can even have food in there. So it's kind of a public facility with the offices for the Moscana Center Authority in there as well. I think there's a gift shop too. Morning. Didn't see that one. See if it was that same airplane I was trying to figure out. There's also a contrail up there, a jet, heading off into the sun over there. Always the lake. Our house is that direction. That's the HMCS Queen, which is where the naval cadets hang out, but is run like a ship. If it ever floats, we're all in serious trouble. And Willow Island over there. That's the one you can go to and picnic on. It's also where they launch fireworks from. I don't usually go down here. Let's just walk a little closer to the water down here. And there's the ledge. And a bit of the bridge. All of the bridge, actually, from here. And that's all of Willow Island. My feed ended on Facebook. I don't know. I never even got a internet connection warning, so I don't know why. They still have a boat to the island. You can rent the island for picnics and things like that. Parties. At least you have been able to.
No, not today.
Well, I always post the YouTube version onto Facebook again later, so if anybody's heartbroken by missing out on the end of this thrilling walk, if the suspense is just too much and they want to see how it all ends, they'll be able to check it out there. As far as I can tell, I haven't had any internet warnings like unstable internet connection, so I don't know why Facebook shut down. You the same crow that was having words at me earlier? I've never been on Willow Island. I've seen people on it. I've seen the boat, but I've never been on it in all the years I've lived here. Morning. I do think counterclockwise is chosen less often, as you can see the landing over there.
So,
So yes, this thing here, you can go down to a landing, which is where the boat would take you over to Willow Island if you'd arranged for it. And then up here, of course, it's just an overlook. You can see there's the landing over there. And down there is where you would go to get on the boat, if you were taking one. Now, there has been a sign up here telling you how to do that, and I don't see the sign, so I suspect they've closed it down for the last little while. Oh no, maybe it's still here. Oh, it is here. Here you go. Just wasn't where I remembered it being. Right, they've been doing something down here last few times I came by. This is where Song of the Sword starts, when the Lady of the Lake shows up in the lake right there. Looks like they've made it more accessible.
Sitting in there.
Taking the shortcut today. I like to walk through the trees. Also, there's a lot of people on the path, so I can avoid them. It's the same old guys I passed earlier. Same guys my age, probably. Maybe a little older. Well, I remember after my dad was officially a secret citizen, a senior citizen, he was, I don't know, teaching music or something at the senior center, but he didn't think of himself as one of the seniors. The little birds there. We'll take the shortcut again, over the mulch and through the trees. Oh, it's turning very yellow. As we get into winter, I'm sure there'll be days, if I keep doing this, I'll be the only person walking around the lake at any given time. Based on when I started back in March, when there was still ice on the water and snow around, there were a couple of days when there didn't seem to be anybody else going around the lake at the same time as me. Hard to be sure, of course. You can't see the entire path, only small portions of it, but at least I didn't pass anybody. But there's where they're building the new pool to replace the old pool, Wascana pool. I suspect they're hoping to have that ready by next summer. And back onto the water, or by the water. Not planning to go on the water, or in the water. I'm feeling a little vibration I wasn't feeling before in the handle of the gimbal. I hope it's not somehow getting loose and starting to transmit jerks to the camera. It's not a comment on the people I'm passing. I'm not saying that they're jerks. It's just I feel a little, almost like a looseness that I've never felt before. So I'll have to take a careful look at this video when I get it back and see if that transmits or if it's just something I'm feeling in my hand. Maybe it's just because of the thing that's attached. Maybe that's what I'm feeling. I think that's just the, that's all it is. There's a bit of cable with this transmitter, or receiver attached to it. And that little piece of cable is touching the gimbal, bouncing off of it a little bit as I walk. That's what I was feeling. I'm sure that's a relief. It's a relief to me. I've spent more money on this rig than I intended to, considering I don't make any money doing this. I'm sure I'll have other uses for the microphone and the gimbal over time, but never did get to Moose Jaw. Talked about driving to Moose Jaw and walking around, but I'd want to have a reason to go. I was in Saskatoon, but forgot to take it with me. I'd love to go down to Weyburn sometime too, my old haunts, and walk around there, but would want to do it not in the winter, so it might be something I aim for next year. Again, I'd like to have a reason to go down, not just this. It is 100 kilometers to Weyburn, 250 to 230 to Saskatoon. And what? Something like 60 or 75 or 80 to Moose Jaw. Back under the bridge, and then we're on the home stretch. And I gotta knuckle down, buckle down, do it, do it, do it. Edit, 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 edit. Buckle down, edit, edit, edit. Can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. Yes, I'm old enough to remember that song on the radio. Can't roller skate in the buffalo herd. Can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. But you can be happy if you've a mind to. All you gotta do is put your mind to it. Buckle down, do it, do it, do it. Thank you. Don't forget to tip your waiter. Oh, it's noticeably warmer down here for some reason. All right, practically home, practically perfect in every way. The practically perfect parking place, practically perfect parking place. There we go, even more P's. With a bonus Mary Poppins reference thrown in. This little tree has lots of berries. Oh, looks like they finished their paving of this. Little Buddha lurking in the bushes there. Buddha in the bushes. I always thought some Buddhist monastery should specialize in making cheese because it could be Buddha Gouda. Branch down. Small one. All right, through the old familiar alley. I have often walked down this street before. Leopold Crescent, both ways. Our alley. Tavern School dead ahead. Some more fall colors showing up here. And a FedEx truck. Our neighborhood FedEx truck. It's not going to our house. Wasn't expecting any FedExed things. I haven't used FedEx for a while. I used to have to use it to send manuscripts to a nonfiction publisher I was working with that had wanted to have actual print. Well, it was long enough ago that marking up a PDF just I couldn't do, so I marked up my page proofs by hand and then FedExed them to the publisher. But that's been a while. These days the page proofs come in PDF and they go back in PDF. Alrighty, we'll stop right here. So thanks for walking with me today, live or watching the replay, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bye for now.